ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Break Room. Today, we are going to be evaluating gigantic companies and their good or bad branding decisions, which means that we are going to be making a tier list of good and or bad redesigns, specifically logo redesigns, not like rebrands. Outside of that, we're looking at logos today. I have a tier list that I'm going to pull up, just making sure. Are you guys good with this?
Good.
Yes.
Soaked.
Cool. We're going to do it. There's some good ones on here, some that I think have since been rebranded once again. So we'll have to just take everything with a grain of salt. Like I think the
HBO.
Pepsi one is on here, but Pepsi's been re-logoed several times.
Yeah, it's been
So you
done
can
a lot
see
of times.
they're bunched together. See like this one?
Yeah.
That's how we're going to take it. I did not name the categories, but we all know what S tier is: A, B, C, D, and then we skip E and go straight to F. Any
My
questions?
favorite part of this, no, just a comment that my favorite part of this is that we're going to be reducing like million upon $1 million decisions into an S tier list or it's just
It is worth asking if you want to use the business context of like, oh, that actually ended up being a really good financial decision, even though it looks bad or whatever. I'm fine with you doing that. It's your own personal evaluation. How does that sound?
It's good with me.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Number one is eBay. Can you guys see this or should I try to zoom in again?
you got to zoom. Yeah.
Yeah, if you could zoom in a little bit more. That'd be awesome.
You
eBay.
can't like highlight one.
Who's eBay?
I can't.
That's okay.
I mean, I could zoom in more. Let's see. This might be a little disorienting. Yeah, this is a bad idea. Let's do
it kind
this.
of breaks.
Okay, eBay. They had this
move it into the middle so that we can see, and that way we can focus on it.
Yeah, it's good.
It's like same colors, but slightly different colors, but like disjointed to this like tight version of it.
Yeah. Okay,
It's so goofy. I love it.
Why don't you guys go first? Because I'm going to have super designery opinions on these things. So you guys go first.
Okay.
Corey, do you have a take?
I love the old logo because it's very nostalgic. Like some of my first internet money was made on eBay when I was a kid, like selling video games I didn't want anymore and stuff like that, and buying a lot of stuff, making a lot of mistakes. I way overpaid on so many auctions because I just wanted it and wanted to win the bidding war. Functionally, I could see how the old logo would be very problematic, but the new logo, I just feel like is pretty boring. I want to say, I don't know. So to me, it's like a C, maybe even a D.
My 2 cents is that I remember old eBay, and old eBay feels like Craigslist. You know, it's more backwater, like who knows what this is, you're going to get scammed, or you just have something amazing happen. And the old logo reflects that, and new logo is like e-commerce website, I understand that that's what it is, kind of. But I prefer the sketchiness of old eBay. And so I don't really like that it's like safe now, if that makes sense. And so I am going to say, I would say this is like C or D for me, the new version.
Yeah. Okay. I think that the hard part about it is that the old one had some things going for it that were lost in translation, with it being a little bit more corporatized within the new one. The thing that I wish they kept was the kind of clunkiness of it and how some of the letters are condensed, some of them are not. The only issue is that, like, with a rebrand like this, you would expect it to be way, way more legible. And I guess it is a little bit, but the yellow on the A in the new version is still not really strong. Like, from far away, you can't tell if it says eBay or eBoy or, something else. So I'd say this is either a C or just like, a D potentially.
Let's leave it in C. C feels right for this. Because at the end of the day, like, this is still a giant company that's doing well. I don't know. Okay, let's leave it in C. Let's hit Gap now. I can go first on this one if you guys want.
Oh,
I
sure.
like the old one better for sure. The new one to me does not remind me of. Well, this is such a bad thing to be in because
But this
they're
one,
not trying to remind me of the old one. They're doing a new one. So go ahead.
but this actually never like it got posted and then it was immediately rejected right after the
Oh, really?
Gap logo the Gap logo
Still.
to the left is the one that they use. This was a concept that got put out there. It's probably one of the bigger design faux pas like of
Was this put out by Gap? Like, hey, we might do this.
Yeah, it was
Well,
kind of
yeah,
this was
then
like
it got
this was
rolled
kind of
back.
like this was kind of like Cracker Barrel, but it was like the first time that happened where Gap put this out and then everybody's like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
So then they changed it and now it's still the same Gap logo that's to the left.
Yeah.
Can we
I
all
think
agree
it's
then?
F. I think it's F
F.
tier.
Yeah,
The old
it's
one
so
was
bad.
like a solid B or A. I would give it like a B plus. New one was horrible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Should we just go like gut reactions or should we give full explanations? I kind of like the gut.
I'm in for gut reactions. I'll explain if I think there's something that's worth explaining, or if there's a rebuttal, then I can come in and do that.
Kia, Corey.
I'm in the camp of I don't like the new one simply for the fact that it does look like a backwards N. It's KN, but backwards. It looks a little bit confusing. I like what they're going for. I just feel like the execution was like 95% there, and that final 5% would have made it like maybe a A tier logo, but to me, it's still like a B or a C. Because I mean, the old one was pretty bleh too.
This one is higher up for me only because I hated their original one so much. I just really did not like the OG logo, so that's the only reason that I'm actually like, I maybe put this in B. But I know Zach is a fan. I think
S tier. It's one of my favorite logos that was ever
Crazy.
designed. Well, the reason for it is because, so think about when this came out, what did all the other car brands look like? Like everybody else had a kind of like a BMW logo that's down there in the bottom right corner where it was this, super skeuomorphic, almost lifelike. It looked like whatever the emblem that actually went on the car was, they did their best to try and make it look like that digitally. And it was horrible. And all of them also embodied this kind of like badge or enclosed look, like with BMWs or how Kia's was previously, where it was just the name of the brand and then inside of a shape. And everybody did that. Nissan, Toyota, Ford. The only exclusions would have been people like Chevy or Tesla who had something different. And Kia was like not even a competitor really to these major car brands. And now it's one of the most popular vehicle brands out there. And their vehicles look super sick. So the reason this is an S tier logo for me is because it was the final cherry on top with them bringing over their designers from Audi to work on their cars, then seeing their sales increase, and then finally having a mark that was so distinct and different from everybody else that it didn't matter if it read like a KN. It was unmistakable as Kia's branding.
I have a question because I just made a connection. Do you now own 2 Kia cars because of their logo?
No.
it's just because of the logo.
We own Kia cars because they have a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty that no other dealer has.
Okay.
We do own the Carnival, the minivan, because it's the only minivan that doesn't look like a minivan, but we needed a minivan.
We're gonna have to
Fair
meet
enough.
in the middle because Corey's pretty low on this one. I'm pretty medium, and Zach's kind of high. So we're gonna have to go B or A.
It's an A
I'm
logo.
fine with A. I'm fine with
All
A.
Sweet. Popeyes, love that chicken from Popeyes.
Popeyes.
I think I like this improvement over the last one. The P being like shadowed and stuff is a little wonky to me, I guess. I don't know. I don't really like the lettering on the old one. I like this. I just overall like this better. This is like a B or an A for me.
I would
Cleaned
agree.
up.
Actually, I really like the new logo. I feel like the little rooster guy gives him a lot more personality, and it looks more buttoned up and like scalable as a logo versus the other one just looks like a kind of whimsical. I don't know. It's like I can't decide if it's like a homey sit down place or if it's a fast food place, the new one feels like a really, I don't know, solid establishment to me.
I think this is a B. You know, it's not, the foundations were already there. They kind of just added a chicken icon or rooster icon and then cleaned up the typography. It's better. It's a lot better than the previous one. Is that what we're going to grade? Are we going to grade the transition or like?
Yeah, it's
No, it's
like
just,
how good is it now, I suppose.
I think that how good the last one was plays into how good the new one is. But overall, we're judging the new one.
Yeah, I guess, but it is kind of like a percent increase is kind of what we're looking like. How much better was it now that they've rebranded?
Okay. I think that should be. I think that should be the over. That's the main metric that we're looking at, which is how much of an improvement was this?
Right, like if this was a 1 and this is a 5, that's like a +4. But if this was a 7 and now it's a 10, that's only a +3.
It's only a +3. Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
I'm gonna say that improvement is, you know, it's a B level improvement because it's not a super drastic change, but just all really cleaned up.
Sweet. CIA.
Well, I mean, this isn't fair, man. Like, we're coming from a government seal to now something that is actually different.
Yeah, we could just go gut check on this. I don't even know that they rebranded.
That's also not technically, and you could say the same thing about Popeyes too. Popeyes' official logo is just a logo type. The thing above it is another brand motif that they use, kind of like the Tesla T, where it's just the T, but they don't really use that. It's not the official logo. The official Tesla logo is the logo type. And I don't know if this is the case for the CIA, where it's just the CIA in, you know, super Men in Black like letters, or if it's the full thing.
If this is their actual new badge, to me it's an F.
Yeah, same.
I feel like it's a downgrade.
It's a huge downgrade.
It's like rebranding the U.S. flag. It's like, what? You can't.
Yeah.
Well, I would say we got to give it a D then, because I would give this a C because it's an improvement over the previous one, which is stuck in the 50s or 60s.
Oh, I disagree. I like the one better.
And but it's not executed well. It doesn't hold up. The new one at least has it's adapted for a digital first environment, where the old one is definitely not. You see a logo like the one on the left on a website and you immediately think, oh man, why am I here? This is going to be a slog. I'm going to have to go through a bunch of rigmarole to try and just do a simple task.
I suppose in my brain, you can vectorize this and just clean it up and leave it exactly the same, essentially.
No, you can't.
Why?
Because it's too small. Like, it's too detailed, and it's also like the CIA doesn't feel like that at all. They're like, why would I use yellow and blue to describe the Central Intelligence Agency or an eagle? Like,
does the CIA have a website?
I think they do, actually, and it was, as far as government websites go, it was like insanely better than. It looks like the logo is still the same thing. It's just black.
All right. D. Agree to disagree.
I think D's fair.
Slack.
Go ahead.
Slack. Man, this one's hard for me because I actually feel that both of them are goated. Like, I've always loved both of the options. I never got the uproar about the rebrand and the new logo, and I think everyone agrees that it's like a very good logo still. Like with the colors, there's a lot of personality. I feel like it's very iconic, recognizable. It's very different than especially a lot of other SaaS logos. So this one's hard because, like, is it an improvement? I would say no, in my opinion. But were they both already like a 9 out of 10 for me? Yes. So I would still put them in like A or S personally.
Gosh, there's a very good reason I'm the designer on the team.
You don't like it? What the? Hey, what's wrong?
Okay, let's hear it then.
No. You first, Nick. What do you think?
I personally think it's an upgrade, generally speaking. I like the uh, font or typeface, whatever you call it, better in the new version than in the old version. I don't really have a strong opinion on the actual like this icon looking thing.
The Octothorpe.
Yeah, the Octothorpe. Excuse me, I was just loading in my head. But generally speaking, I think it's an improvement. It's not a huge improvement, but it is an improvement in my mind.
Okay. So my thinking on this and why this is an S tier improvement for logos. Hearing the Slack marketing team talk about what a bitch it was to use the old logo, because the old logo, if you can't see it all the way, but it technically, I think it had like 11 colors in it. Yeah,
because of all the blends.
Because of all the blends. So in order to achieve that, it was just like lightly different opacities on top of one another. But then if you actually want to use that, you have to like, so where the yellow diagonal and then the light blue diagonal intersect with one another, that's a separate color. And so when you have to do that, it becomes really painstaking. Like you can't overlay that on any kind of color apart from white. You can't put it on black. It doesn't work in a dark version. So they had a really hard time trying to use it. And then the typography is also not super clean. It's a kind of just a non-professional typeface that they're using. Whereas the new one, it's probably like some version of like Ionic or some kind of really good geometric sans serif. It's a lot more legible. It works in dark mode and light mode, which is super important for their product. And then the idea of the chat bubbles forming the shape that was really unique and carried over the same color palette. Very cool. And now they use that as a visual motif that goes throughout all their marketing collateral. Like, I think Pentagram is the agency that did this one. And they have a bunch, like they expand those bubbles to be speech bubbles. It was a good way to incorporate the logo as a brand element that could be used not just as a logo, but as something else. So S tier improvement because it saved a lot of money. It saved a lot of time. And I remember when this logo changed on everybody's phone, it was blowing up Twitter and LinkedIn the next day. Like, what the heck just happened? And it's great.
I do think that the like reason for like I'm assuming that they use this because of the channels are all with like hashtags.
Yeah.
And I like how they like, like, oh, that that's like a core part of how Slack works. So using that in the logo is kind of fun. And I like that they still do that in Slack. Like they still have that functionality with the channels. But overall, I think it's a big improvement. I specifically these weird A's I don't like. I don't know why I felt weird. I just like these A's better. I don't know.
With the hooks? It really depends. Some of them don't look great, and then some look really great. It just depends on the typeface you're using.
Okay. Let's go.
I think it's S tier, personally.
Yeah, let's do S tier. Let's do it. Let's run it. BMW. Let me just do this. This will help us.
Sure.
Because it'll look better anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me start because I'm gonna say the least sophisticated or intelligent things. Like as a layman, when I see the old one, like it has a lot of texture and it feels like a physical emblem that I don't know. It feels like it has a lot of history to it, and it's an interesting shape with like the little pie cuts. The new one just feels like a ChatGPT version of the old one. Like like if I was trying to like draw the BMW logo on like a piece of paper in a restaurant, I would draw the right one. So to me, it's a huge downgrade. I don't know all the implications of like digital versions and online versions and other ways they might use that that shape, or I guess that vector, but to me it's a huge downgrade.
I agree. And I understand. There's two schools of thought. There's like, is it the visually best representation of the brand? And then there's like, how easy is this to use as a marketing asset? And I almost want to lean away from the utilitarian, like how easy is this to use, and lean into like, is this the best representation? And BMW to me is a brand that I really like. I love BMW vehicles. It's my favorite car brand. So I don't know. I'm like, I really do prefer the old version, honestly.
Okay.
Let's hear it.
So, well, I don't think so. When you say representation of the brand, I think that's a moot point. It should, because the logo should be aligned. It should be appropriate. It's really great if it feels like Metallica's logo is a really good representation of Metallica as a band. You know, with the M, it's also really great because it's super simple and it's distinct from all the other. That's the one that Turner Duckworth did. That's what the one on the left is what you saw in things like the Master of Puppets, and they're a thrash metal band, and the one on the right is a refined version of it that was done by Turner Duckworth. You could see if you go down to the right, Nick, the one with the multiple, nope, up top right. So they went through this weird phase in the 90s where they minimized it way too much, and they went through this 2000s phase where it was super just heavy metal, and then they went back to the one that was really good. Like, this is the one that's the one that's on And Justice for All, Master of Puppets, on Kill 'Em All, on all the original thrash metal albums. And the reason this is good is because it's simple. It's just that M and the A that are hyper stylized with some of the other characters. It's distinct. No other metal band looks like that. If you look at Megadeth, Slayer, or Anthrax, or any of the other thrash metal bands that came about at the same time, it doesn't work. So, point being, it doesn't have to be like, when you say representation of the product, I think that's a bad use of objectivity with it, because we're working with a symbol. Like, it's not going to be just by itself. You're either going to see this on a vehicle, or you're going to see it as part of an ad. You're going to see it on a website. So when you just look at it myopically as this mark, of course, it's not going to feel like a good representation of the product, because it's just a symbol. Like, there's no way.
Do you like it?
Objectively? This one, I think, is a C, as far as, because it's not so drastic of an upgrade. Like, all they did was remove the black and make it flat instead of 3D. I think that 3D logos like this have a higher cognitive load. And when, like, the bummer is that they did this alongside other brands like Nissan or Volkswagen that did the same thing, where they skeuomorphized their logos. So it was a good idea. The issue is that all of them did it at the same time. So it didn't hold as much weight. And by the way, all of them were behind Kia on this, because Kia did it before they did. So this is for me.
Man, Airbnb. I'm fine with that. Oh man, Airbnb is S tier to me. Like, I feel like I don't even have to explain it. The new logo is so iconic as a mark, and the old one is so atrociously bad.
Yep, S tier upgrade. This was that was one of the first tech brands that was like, oh, really good branding. And
incredible.
Yeah. And stripping something down to be so simple, but to mean a whole lot, like a heart, an arrow for travel, and then a location pin, is freaking perfect.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. I think it's
shout out Design Studio. Good work.
Animal Planet, huh?
That one is Chermayeff, Geismar, and Haviv.
Oh, wow. This is crazy to look at, because growing up, like, I only recognize the logo on the left, the old one.
I would not
have never seen the right one.
Well, that's
objectively, I don't like it. But
so here's the reason why they did this, is because the one on the left is actually not the original Animal Planet logo. The original Animal Planet logo has an elephant in it.
I feel like I remember that.
Yeah. It's that.
Yeah. That one is.
Yeah, the one on the top.
Yeah.
The really, really early 1995 one.
What is this one on the right?
I think that's it's probably something like a fan made one.
That one looks really good. I like that one the best.
From Reddit.
Can you expand that?
just had it, dude. Come on, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Put it up. I like the right one the
that's cool.
best. I think the blue one is an absolute atrocity.
This isn't their logo, so just you have to ignore this.
Yeah,
I know. I'm just
made by
just
some guy.
commenting.
Made by some guy.
All right,
Or
this is F tier to me. I think the Animal Planet original objectively is probably a C or a D, but whatever that is on the right is just an abomination.
Yeah, I'm pretty anti the color switch up too. I would say I would put this in D personally.
Elephant?
I think since we're grading the transition, I would say this is a B because they brought back
you have to it's where it started from too.
Yeah, but this isn't where it started from.
No, start from here. We're going from here to here.
If you went from a 3 to a 1, that's an F.
That one on the left is bad. Is really bad.
That's what I'm saying. It was a 3 out of 10.
Yeah, that one above is a 5, or the blue elephant's a 5. It's an upgrade from the one on the left.
Oh, we are not going to agree on this one.
I think this is going to be in C because Corey puts it in D or F.
C?
They at least,
dear Lord, this is embarrassing.
They were at least able to get them to bring back the elephant, which I'm sure took like freaking a migraine's worth of convincing. Because they're like, we had an elephant already. We don't want it. And so it probably took a whole lot of persuasion to say, look, this is a more distinct shape and a more distinct icon than just using a sideways M and a giant A.
The left one has so much personality though. Like they couldn't have even come up with anything that has to do with like an elephant and a planet or a globe or some stylized version of the text or a couple characters.
It's with the arc in the elephant.
Yeah, dude.
And think about who is Animal Planet's competitors. It's Discovery Channel and Nat Geo and the History Channel. And this blue elephant is way more distinct than all those other logos. Because if they just used like a planet, then they're going to compete with the Discovery Channel.
Maybe I just don't like the typeface, the text.
Sorry,
like,
what?
The elephant itself is not horrible. Maybe I just don't like the text of Animal Planet.
It's going to be in C. We should keep going.
C is fine.
We're spending so much time on this. Best Buy.
Okay, 2 minutes each.
2 minutes each.
We do have to go quicker.
To go through.
Oh my! We need to skip.
How much do you want to spend on each one? 10 minutes.
I think it's this is the best.
Yeah.
Oh, this one's fine to use. So these are the variants for the new one. This is the old one.
It's cleanup.
I think it's an improvement.
Yeah.
They kept the tag. I think it's at least a 2-3 point improvement personally.
Yeah, you got to keep the tag. I would say it's like a solid B, maybe.
Yeah, I'm thinking B.
If we're gonna give BMW, yeah, I put it in the C.
C's fine.
Yeah, if BMW's in C, then okay. Now that I could do this, okay. Burger King.
I'm gonna vote. Should I just give my votes then, and then you guys have to rebut me?
Sure.
Okay.
Oh, God,
I'd give this one a B. I said this is B tier, especially because they dove headfirst into like 1970s nostalgia with everything else, gangster. And the one on the right is really cool because it actually looks like a burger which is rare to find compared to the middle one, which looks like it's a planet.
Yeah, somehow it feels like nostalgic, but also modern at the same time.
More modernized. Yep. Gosh, you guys are you'd be the fucking worst clients.
That's why you do that. We just put it into practice. Yeah, I think this is an improvement. This is like
I think so too.
C or B to me.
Yeah, B. I'd give that one a B. It's good.
Let's do it.
I'll give it a B.
Nissan.
Oh,
also
Lord.
a B.
Here we go.
Nissan. You just call it B straight up?
Also a B.
I'm surprised you're not more picky.
It's an improvement. It's a really good improvement. And I love the way that they kept the arc, but then made it more minimized. That's a more distinct shape than the other car brands. And Nissan was the second one to follow as far as that minimization and flattening of their logos right after Kia. So I appreciate
this is pretty good.
The ballsiness. It's really cool custom typeface too, which I appreciate.
I like it.
Yeah.
It's A. or B for me.
I'll leave it to you guys.
I'd go B.
We go B. What is this?
Deviant art? Is it deviant art? Can we skip that
Yeah,
one?
it
Because
is.
Yeah, we can skip it. I've never.
You don't know what
I know
DeviantArt
that.
is?
Do we have so many? Okay, we got to go way faster.
Okay.
Dictionary.com and thesaurus.com.
Oh no.
I'd say that's definitely a B or an A as far as upgrades go.
Yeah,
See, the
I
thing
could
is that like
get with
I
that.
can't even really see what the difference is because they're so small. Does that say something about their logo?
It's this
Well,
over here.
I think
It's
that
an
this,
improvement for sure.
yeah, it's an improvement, and I think that the way they incorporated the book into the letter forms with both of them is pretty dope.
I'd
Very
put this in
recognizable.
B.
B. Mm-hmm.
B.
Domino's. I have a special
there
place
even
in
a
my heart for
difference?
Domino's.
Yeah, one's a single pane domino, and the other one is a pizza box domino.
Oh, the pizza box. Oh, I love the freaking pizza box.
So this is
I
the
think
one
this is
that's in question. However, they did a second redesign, which is basically changing this color blue and adjusting the dots are slightly in a different position, if you can tell. You can't really tell, but
Are
the
we
dots
really
are.
gonna? We can't grade that one.
I mean, if you want.
No, yeah. No.
But this is the one in question.
No. Yeah.
I think it's an improvement, personally.
I do too. I would also give it probably like a B.
B.
Plus everything else that came around with it, because it's not just the logo. It's all the stuff that went around. Like this is after the booger incident.
GM.
Wow. I hate both of these so much.
Yeah, this is a
downgrade.
I mean, if we're going to talk improvements, it's not really.
I
It's
feel like
not.
it's less recognizable. They
This is
made the
probably-
G less clear.
I think it's more distinct as far as the letter forms, but I feel so bad knocking these logos because I know that it's not like the design team's fault on these.
Sure. It's still like a D or an F though.
Yeah,
I call it D.
it's a D.
Gap is definitely worse. Google.
Google.
I'd give that one a B. It's a B upgrade.
Where's the old one?
It's the old serif logo.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the old
There's
serif
no
logo was
Good
pretty bad.
examples on here. We know what we're talking about.
That
It's
one.
very iconic, but
Look at all these, dude.
Those are all the old ones.
That's cool. To this.
That's the new one.
I think it's an improvement. Significant
Yeah.
improvement.
it is.
I would say
It's
it's
a
like a B or A. Yeah, let's go B.
That is not the latest Uber logo, so we can skip that one.
Okay. Pizza Hut.
Oh, I want to talk about Uber. Can you find the latest one?
Yeah.
Uber, that was a controversial one because they
It's one
went
of my
through a
favorites.
couple.
So this
I
is
think
their
it's-
old. To
Use
this one.
There's an image in the
then to
middle.
this.
They went through a different one too. So with this image, you could see the timeline up here. So it starts with that, the circle and the square.
The butthole.
It's not a butthole. Why does everyone? You put a shape inside of another shape, and immediately it's a freaking
I
penis.
know. People go crazy with it.
I think that everybody else is just obsessed with buttholes, and designers are.
I know some that are. Okay, this.
I dig. So I think the new logo type is gorgeous, and the reason that I think this is a serious upgrade, I would put this rebrand as an S tier because Uber was the only one that was able to keep their full logo, like the name of their brand, as an app icon because it was so short, and they made really good use of that. Zoom also did the same thing, and it's also got really cool animations alongside the U and the B, which make this I don't know what is it called, the lane markers in the street, and then going in all black. They have a custom typeface that came with it. Cherry.
I think it's beautiful.
Yeah, I think it's S tier. That's why I wanted to talk about it. I think like the original was like a D. The middle one was like an F, and then the new one is like an S tier.
S tier. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Pizza Hut.
I say we pick 3 more and then we move on.
Okay, let's
'Cause we
pick
got a lot.
wisely then.
I don't want to do Volvo.
I don't want to do GoDaddy either. I hate
GoDaddy.
GoDaddy.
You don't?
I mean, we could.
You guys pick because I have spent
Pepsi.
We'll
my
each
life
pick one.
doing these things.
Instagram.
Yeah, we gotta do Instagram. Gotta do Instagram.
Instagram, Pepsi.
Netflix is interesting.
MasterCard's interesting.
Are they? You guys are-
Pfizer, dude.
Starbucks.
You guys are interesting. The ones that you pick.
I would vote for Instagram, Starbucks, and Netflix because they're like the biggest recognizable brands.
I'm game. I could talk about all of those.
Okay, Instagram.
Go for it.
Instagram. This is another one for me where I'm like, oh man, the old one had so much personality and was so recognizable. But like objectively, I can see how it'd be very problematic because it's so visually taxing and complex. I love the new one too, though, and I also think it's extremely iconic. So personally, I would put this in S tier,
I think
at least A.
difficult to judge because Instagram started in the world where it was like the whole business was just an app. There wasn't like, it didn't seem like there was a lot of marketing around the app. It was the app itself.
Well, and this
kind of
is what
it.
all the app icons looked like in that era in
Right. Yeah, they all looked like this.
10 or whatever it was.
I think this is obviously an upgrade, like undoubtedly a huge upgrade. Yeah. And I love the colors too.
I'm going to put this as an S tier as well because it caught so much flack. Like at the beginning, people hated this thing. I remember-
Really?
oh yeah, dude. The design community shit on this so hard because they're like, it's just a freaking gradient. Like in the background, they had what's the meme of the kid with the mullet who like is on the computer, and then he just does like the thumb. Yeah, that one.
Mhm.
They had him doing this in like 10 seconds in Adobe Illustrator, and it was hilarious. But then you
Right.
actually try and do it. You really try and replicate that logo, and it's hard because there's a lot of small optimizations, like optical optimizations that are made to it. Like it's not a perfect square; it bevels out in the middle. The gradient is not just a single gradient; it's multiple gradients listed on top of one another.
Yeah.
And they did a bunch of testing and said, well, what is recognizable with the old Instagram logo? And everybody drew a square, and they put a circle and then another circle for the flash of the Polaroid. So they distilled what was lovable about the old one down to its essence and created, I think, what became the blueprint for all these other brands afterward that ended up copying the same playbook.
Yeah.
Starbucks. Oops.
Starbucks.
I mean, does this one really count? Because
yeah,
I want to see like
Why wouldn't
all
it?
the.
pick the one. Yeah, that one. That works.
Yeah.
I want to see all of
Yeah.
them. Oh, this is such
so
a bad
pixelated.
picture.
Need AI
Go
to
up-
upscale it.
Go up further. Top middle. There you go.
A little bit.
That works.
So 1, 2, 3,
Ooh.
4. One has to be the best. It's just so recognizable now. I do kind of miss this one. I like watching movies from before like 2010 and seeing this old logo and being like, that's old.
So I understand what you mean, Zach, because they really didn't change anything. They basically just removed that outer circle, right? But I
They
feel like,
refined this a little.
yeah, they probably did, right? Probably minor changes, but I feel like the fact that they didn't says a lot, that they didn't change a lot about it. And that lady, whoever she is, whatever she is, whatever kind of mystical
Mermaid.
woman, creature, mermaid, like is so iconic and actually such a great logo mark with like the hair waves coming down and like everything about it is actually very intricate, but easy to like comprehend.
Mhm.
I think it's S tier.
Yeah. Nick, do you have an opinion?
Yeah, I think it's really good. I would probably put it in A if it was all the way up to me, but you guys seem to agree.
I think that's an S tier logo. Cool thing about that one is that you can actually just use a green circle with that color and people will immediately understand that it's the Starbucks. You don't even need the mermaid. You can just use the green circle, put it on a cup, and then people understand that it's Starbucks. And I love this one because you can ask a bunch of people and say, is this mermaid, is her face symmetrical? And it's not, which is one of the best parts about it, is that she has an asymmetrical design on her face. Yeah.
No way.
Look
Yeah,
at
the lips.
Nick, go back and see if you can find just like a close-up of the Starbucks mermaid face.
This one looks pretty clean. Okay, don't look at that.
So
Yeah,
her
you can see
face
the line
is not
here.
Oh,
and neither is her smile.
Yeah, it's
that
longer
makes it look
here
more real.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
because the light is coming from this direction.
Yeah. So
That's
lots
why
of
there's
really
shadow.
lots of really particular cleanup on this one and repetition, like the way the design elements come together. It's
Incredible.
gorgeous.
I wish they used this. Holy cow, dude. Okay. Nearly there. Last one.
Last one. Nefli.
What the? This is
All these
all.
concepts.
I feel like this one's pretty.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's also it. The one that's done there.
The old one now is like actually kind of good though. Shoot.
With the shadows.
Yeah. I mean, it's the like play was like a old film type text. And I kind of miss that now. The new one is obviously very recognizable, but it doesn't stand out to me as particularly unique compared to some of the other ones we've looked at, whereas the first one does.
For me, it's something about the shape with the little like bend. The bow. Yeah, thank you. The bowing. That gives it just enough little flair. And I feel like the N is actually very recognizable, and I've seen that be used standalone. Maybe it's just like I might be biased now because seeing the application of like the way that they animate the new logo and the way that it pops up with like the sound design and the kind of thing that's just like ingrained in all of our brains now, that I think the new logo is at least A tier. I wouldn't say it's not S tier. I'm not like in love with it, but I think for what it is, it's like it punches up. It's kind of punches above its weight. If that makes sense.
I think that this transition is really good because it kept the best things about the Netflix logo previously, which was the red color and then the bowing of the letters, but then it made it more legible and made it so that it could stand alone without needing that drop shadow behind it. They took the best pieces of it. So this is an A tier upgrade.
I have a bone to pick with companies that use an X instead of ICKS or whatever. It was just like this company was likely named during the time when everyone was using like the wrong, like a letter that sounded like the rest of the word. Yeah. And I just always thought it was kind of cheesy when I saw it at the time. Obviously now it's like, you don't even notice it, you know?
Netflix is old, man. Like that's like late 90s.
I know, but yeah, that's when people were doing that and through the 2000s, I feel like.
No, I don't think that started happening in mass until you had things like I think of like the Spotify era or, like the IFI. That's kind of like the same vein or the same timeline.
I wish we did Spotify because they have some freaking crazy ones. Look at this. I don't even remember this logo existing.
Oh yeah, I do.
That's old.
I love those.
Before we get stuck down that rabbit hole, Netflix A tier.
A?
I would say A tier, yeah. Really quickly, Google Netflix co-founder talks about Netflix domain or something like that. He talks about how I think it was Replay. Yeah, I can't remember if it was Reed or Marco maybe.
It's Reed Hastings.
Yeah, they wanted replay.com. And then he was like searching and he found Netflix and was just like, okay, I'm just gonna buy that one. And then he ended up, it's Mark Randolph.
Wait, it was replay.com was $50K?
he wanted replay.com, but it was too expensive. And he was like, I probably shouldn't. So let's make it Netflix instead.
Good decision.
Crazy.
All right. Are
Great work,
we happy
gentlemen.
with our tier list? Let's look at it one more time.
Okay, sorry.
Let's just look at it. Just look at it.
I can't remember what we put in there now.
Just want to look at it.
I feel pretty good about it. Yeah. Animal Planet, though.
I'm proud of us for not putting everything in C, because that's usually what happens is there's like a bell curve. So I think this is interesting. We have an interesting assessment here.
There's good ones in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do part 2 next time. We'll finish the rest of the list.
Yeah, I should have picked a tier list that wasn't quite so long. I thought we would go faster, if I'm being honest.
Keep this tab open for another 2 weeks.
Yeah, not going to happen. I'm just going to take a screenshot. Okay. God bless everyone. We will see you guys on the next episode. Peace out.